But yeah, I'll keep this short. I just kind of want to share my story and where this is really going. But like he said, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lauren. I'm 19 years old from Bloomsburg. I know you guys are probably familiar with that area. Went to Misericordia, like he said, for about a year. And looking back on it, I don't really know why I went. I'm not here to bash school, but I did not want to go to school. You know, I was that kid in high school that literally sat in the back of the classroom every single day. And was like, why do I need to learn the whatever? I don't even know how to say Pythagorean. But I didn't want to learn it, and I didn't want to go to college. And looking back on it, the only reason I went was because that's what I thought I had to do. We're taught, go to high school, go to college, get a job, work your whole entire life, and I kind of wanted something different, and I didn't even know it at the time. I was very, very skeptical, so like he said, if you are skeptical, please keep an open mind to this. But if you think about what we're doing, it'll make complete sense. Who here has like AIM, MySpace, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those networks? Okay, who here got any of those networks because you saw it on a billboard? Nobody. Okay, cool. So we don't pay attention to YouTube ads. We don't pay attention to Pandora ads. We don't look at billboards. We don't see commercials. So our CEO is like, why would I waste hundreds of millions of dollars on something nobody even pays attention to? He now takes 50 cents on every dollar that our company revenues, and he pays it back to us to share the product with our friends, which is something we do every single day. If you guys go to a brand new movie and you love it, would you tell your best friend to go see that movie?
Yes.
Would that movie company, cinema center, whatever it is, pay you for causing that sale?
No.
Okay, exactly. So what our CEO is like, okay, well, these kids are sharing information every single day. They have 1 million networks already pre-established. So why don't we cater a product to their generation so they can build a business? The whole company got started, I don't know where the 2-ounce shot is, but the company got started with that 2-ounce shot, put it into the hands of adults, like Brian said, and then when they turned it into an energy drink and placed it into our hands, we doubled the revenue in a year. We're not only the 7th company to ever do that. Okay, Ford did it, Apple did it, GM did it, just to name a few, and now Vima. The crazier part is that where we're going. Okay, when these companies get really, really big, they don't just get kind of big, like 1 billion, 2 billion. They get to about $10 to $12 billion a year. Okay, you guys have all heard of Avon, Amway, American, companies like that. Okay, like Brian said again, you know, Avon's been around for 130 years, and they revenued $10 billion last year. But really think about how they got there. Okay, 100 years ago, our grandmas didn't have iPhones and internet, email, Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and everything we have today. And yet they networked these products that are only relevant to women, and that company is now bigger than the NFL. They have 6 million affiliates. We have 60,000, and we're projected to be 4 times bigger. You guys are actually hearing about something like Facebook with 300 users. You're hearing about Apple in 1991, and it's completely up to you what you want to do with this opportunity. It's all performance-based. So has anyone played a sport? All right, cool. It's kind of like that. If you play a sport, let's say soccer, and you don't go to any practices, you don't put any time in the off-season, you don't really try at practice, you're probably not going to play a lot, you're probably not going to be very good. But if you go to every single practice and you work your ass off, you're probably going to have a pretty good outcome that season. Okay, same thing here. What you put into this business is what you're going to get out. I'm not going to stand up here and lie to you. If you don't do anything, you will not make anything. But if you stay consistent with your efforts and you build that network of people, you'll be paid accordingly for what you're doing. Okay, and the coolest thing about that is that it's all residual. Something I personally was not familiar with, but all residual income means that you're building an asset, so you're building that network of people now. We've built enough leaders like Lane and Ben and Lexi and Kendra and everyone in here. We've built enough leaders in that network to the point where it's self-sustaining. And yeah, 2 to 3, 3 to 5 years, depending on how hard you want to work at this, you can literally step away from that network and never worry about money again. Who here would actually like to have time freedom their whole entire life? Okay. And people raise their hand and you say that, but actually think about what it would be like if 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40, 60 years from now, money was never an issue, and you could live your life exactly how you want to live your life. Okay, we all grow up saying we want huge houses and nice cars, we want to go to every island in the world, but honestly, ask yourself what you're doing to get that lifestyle. And if you need a vehicle, this can be your vehicle. And that's kind of what I saw. I realized that if I wanted something different out of my life, I was simply going to have to do something different, and that's all this is. Okay, everything sounds different the first time you hear about it. Did you guys have MySpace? And then when you heard about a Facebook, you probably said it was done, right? Mm-hmm. And then 10 of your friends got a Facebook, and now it's socially accepted, and 1.3 billion people have one. If every single person in this room quits Vima, if no one does it, if no one got a Facebook, Facebook would have still gotten massive. If none of us do Vima, it's still going to get massive. Okay, where we caught this thing is kind of unbelievable. 2012, 2 years ago, it was 8 years the company was around, we revenued $117 million. It sounds like a lot of money, but in the realm of this industry, what we were doing in a year, companies like Avon and Amway were doing in a week. And then they introduced the product to our generation. Like I said, we doubled the revenue. We're now projected to do that again for 2 more years and go on to be a $40 billion company. So what I kind of saw was that I was able to get in at that sweet spot and I could build that network to the point where, yeah, like I said, I would never have to worry about money again. So realize what is right in front of you guys. You cannot contest this at this point. This is working. This isn't just 50 people sitting in this office. This is in every single state, 7 different countries. And the reason you can't stop it is simply because it's working. I don't need to stand up here and preach to you guys how bad the economy is, but it's bad. Half of last year's graduating class did not get a job. The ones who did only averaged $27,000 a year. Half of America is living paycheck to paycheck. And the graduates of this year are more likely to be in more debt than what they're making when they get out of school. So I kind of saw that I did not want to live my life like that. And there's a lot of people our age that this is making, a lot of people across the world our age that this is making sense to. So make it make sense to you, form your own opinion. The health industry is a $1.6 trillion industry and deemed as a health and wellness company. Network marketing is the fastest moving and biggest industry in the whole entire world, and we're now the fastest growing company. We're simply not spending our money on Red Bull, Rockstar, Dunkin', Starbucks, 5-Hour Energy, transferring our dollars to Verve, and if you recommend and share this product with your friends, you'll actually be compensated to do that in a world where people are looking for ways to make money. So form your own opinion on this, guys. Like I said, who made money in you? Okay, these guys are all qualified to answer any questions that you have, but watch some videos, stay plugged in. With that being said, thanks for coming out.